Jason, good morning. Jeff, how you doing? Jake, good morning, guys. Pretty early on in my drive, so I hope video stays stable here today. Good morning, Melanie, how you doing? Thanks for jumping in. So I was at a really interesting event last night, till pretty late, for me at least. I'm usually trying to be home sometime somewhat early and continue working at home, but I'm usually home early, and last night I was home pretty late because I was at a really cool event. You might have read about it on the press. Mobily, M-O-B-L-I, a company that raised a lot of money from people like Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Carlos Slim, and others. They had an Instagram competitor for the last probably 3 years. And where am I going, Jason? I'm going to Tel Aviv right now. They had an Instagram competitor for the last 3 years, and everyone was like, it's failing, and they raised so much money, it's not going anywhere. And sure enough, they knew something we didn't, and they built, they took all that data that they had from the photo sharing app, and they built what they're calling IN, as in IN.com, spelled IN, and basically it's really cool concept. If you think about search, right? So if I search for something, great, Google's fantastic, I love Google, but it's not really adapting to today's world. In other words, most of the content, not most, 90% of the content that's shared today is where? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all these social networks. And yes, Google has to deal with Twitter and it's indexing tweets and all that, great, but if I want to know what's going on in the NBA Finals, I need a real-time search engine for everything that anybody's tweeting and sharing and Instagramming and everything, posting from the game right now. And they built that, and it's crazy cool. So you go to in.com and you search for anything, and it gives you a visual search. It's a visual search engine in real time from all the different social networks. So they launched that last night. It was a nice big press conference, and it was a lot of fun. And the reason I'm telling you this is because the founder of Mobily /IN is Moshe Chogeg, who's not only a VC who just raised $102 million to invest in Israeli startups, but he's actually the founder of Yo. Yo, along with Or Arbel, was a company that you surely heard of back in the day, a few months ago. An app that just basically lets you send a yo to your friend. And there was not a tech publication on planet Earth that did not write about it due to its utter stupidity. Basically, literally, you just tap someone's name and it sends them yo. And now, I was like the anti-yo spokesman at the time, and I was actually ashamed of the fact that they were Israeli. I was like, this is the epitome of the bubble. Like, a company that raised money that's getting so much press that all it does is send a yo. It was actually embarrassing. Long story short, the team kind of defended it, whether it's on my Facebook, and we replied, and we were back and forth, and listen, I could sell the concept of contextual messaging to you. Scoble's a big fan of context. If I text my secretary 20,000 times a day saying, get me coffee, I'm saying hypothetically speaking, then instead of texting her, get me coffee, please, just one tap, yo. Or when I'm I'm going on a date and I'm outside, pretty stupid. I could sell it if I wanted to, but it's pretty stupid. But what they did next, at the risk of sounding like a BuzzFeed article, will amaze you. No, but really, it really did turn from the dumbest app on my phone, or not even on my phone because I actually deleted it, to an app that I use. It's on my home screen now, and I use probably more than, I don't know about more than any other app, but definitely equal to the top 10 apps on my phone. And I did a top 10 apps Meerkat last week, and Yo was one of them for sure. I'm in some traffic, so let's see if I could looking good stream. Okay, so right now, Yo, Hillel, hey Jeff, IN, that's the name of the company. I am on a pretty, God, see, someone said the stream is good and then it goes out. Man, this is so annoying. Well, anyway, IN is spelled I as in your eye, in as in you have eyes everywhere. You have eyes in everywhere. So in.com, a visual real-time search engine, and it's pretty cool. It was a really big event last night. They had some big celebrities there, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. See my Instagram, you can see some of the pictures. Okay, first time on Meerkat. Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming in. I hope that the stream stays. I don't know, for the past couple of times, it's actually kicked me off the stream midstream. It was like, your stream has ended. I was like, really? I was like, what the heck is that about? Oh man, it's on one bar now and I'm on a bad road. This really would not be good if it just ended. That would make me very sad. Anyway, I am seeing some familiar faces here, so let's see who else is in here. I'm standing in kind of bumper-to-bumper traffic on a bad road, so that's kind of annoying. Let's hope it gets better. Jeff, you hear me okay? You see me okay? Tell me what's up. I'm like behind a truck that's like not moving at all on a bad road. Well, we're up to 2 bars, so I hope it stays. So they launched a few months ago. I was very anti, and is anyone else losing audio as well as video? Oh, Julie, really? All the time, man. Well, I hope it gets better. It's getting better. I'm moving a little bit. I hope it gets better. You know, the problem with that is that when I catch the video afterwards and I share the YouTube video, it goes in and out also. And it's annoying. It's really annoying. I did the top 10 apps Meerkat, and it like totally was like up and down, and so like the video was pretty much useless. I'm actually thinking of doing it all over again from the beginning. But I did tweet my top 10 apps. Maybe that helped. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me okay, or at least hear me. Because if you can't hear me, that just, yeah, defeats the purpose. No audio, no video on Android. Oh my god. That really bites. Well, let me know if it comes back, and I will continue the topic. I guess it's my fault for driving and meerkatting. And for anyone who's watching, by the way, or who's going to watch this afterwards, while I drive, I'm not like looking at the screen. When I'm standing in traffic is when I look at the screen, when I'm not moving. So, yeah. Always happens early on his drive. You're good now. All right. I hope it stays good. Anyway, so as I said, it went from pretty much the dumbest app I've ever heard of in my life to an app I use, I would say easily 20 times a day. Literally 20 times a day. And let me tell you what they did. And let me tell you why this is important to you as an entrepreneur, or anybody who has a startup, or anybody who's thinking of building a startup. Hey, Orly. Thanks for coming in, Orly. How's Audrey doing? Orly's always angry at me that I'm meerkatting and driving, but Orly, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm driving. I'm going to get it afterwards. She's going to yell at me. And I appreciate it. I don't mean to make a joke, but I am driving. I'm not looking at the screen. So anyway, I can talk while I drive, right? I can like chew gum and walk. So why do I use this app, and what they do that was brilliant? So they took the concept of contextual messaging, you know, sending someone a yo, and a yo between me and you might be something, it might mean something else than a yo between me and someone else. So if, I spoke to a CEO the other day of a really, really cool startup, which is Stealth, and I can't talk about it now, but he said that actually Or Arbel, the CEO of Yo, was working for him, and he actually built Yo in his office. And the reason is because him and Or, the CEO, they would always send each other like an exclamation mark. Like, and it would mean whatever it would mean. I don't even know what it would mean, but they had like their little language, which I think is somewhat common. I think people have that. And so instead of just like sending an exclamation mark, they just tap his name and he gets a yo. That was how it started originally. And again, I was anti. I was like the most vocal anti-yo person on the internet. I was so anti. I was like, this is so ridiculous, and you know, this proves that there is a bubble. But what they did next was really, really smart. So what they did next was as follows. If you go to Yo right now, you should download it, by the way. There's something called the Yo Store. And they actually did some fantastic business development. I hope you guys hear me okay, by the way. Let me know in the comments. They did some fantastic business development. You go into the Yo Store right now, you will see like, I don't know what, 10, 15 categories. In each category, you'll see like easily like 50 different options to subscribe to. So if you like, you know, the Washington Post, or you like TechCrunch, you can subscribe to TechCrunch. So what happens? An article is published on TechCrunch, and it gets, let's say, whatever TechCrunch decides, 200 retweets, you get a yo. So I'll get a yo throughout the day from TechCrunch. It will say yo from TechCrunch. I'll click on that yo, and it will open up that article. And here's an article that's going viral as we speak right now in real time that otherwise I might have missed, because whatever it is, I'm doing my thing, going along with my day, and I'm doing my thing, and you know, I would have missed that. But now with one unintrusive, not annoying, and I can ignore it if I want, one yo, I click on it and I read it, and now I'm updated. So that's the simple part. But then it gets a whole lot cooler. So I don't know if you guys follow Mark Andreessen on Twitter. You should. He's probably #1 VC in the world. He invented the web browser, Netscape. He's kind of a hot shot. He's kind of an awesome guy too, by the way. I introduced a really cool startup to him the other day. I emailed him and I said, here's a link, do you want an intro? Literally within 30 seconds, he wrote back and he's like, yes, please. I introduced them, and I just got followed by one of his partners at Andreessen Horowitz this morning, and thanked me for the intro. They're an amazing, amazing VC firm. Mark Andreessen's amazing. So I'm using the word amazing a lot. But anyway, he really is. He's a phenomenal dude. So when he does these famous things on Twitter called tweet storms. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it's becoming a thing. There's actually apps to facilitate tweet storms right now, and the concept is really simple. 140 characters is awesome, but sometimes it's just not enough. And so if I want to go on a tweet storm, he actually tweets sometimes in a series of 10. So he'll talk about, is there a tech bubble? And he'll go on, he'll number them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can, read the tweet storm. And they're always super, super valuable, super valuable. Now, how do you know when Mark Andreessen begins one of his tweet storms? There's not really any way to know. I mean, you can get a push notification from the Twitter app. Mark Andreessen tweeted, but maybe he's tweeting, good morning, I don't know. But I want to know when he's going on a tweet storm. I want to know when his tweet storm starts. I want to see it in real time, be able to engage with the guy, reply to him, whatever it is, just absorb the content. Boom, Yo, right? In Yo, under tech, you can actually subscribe to tweet storms. Seriously. And every time Mark Andreessen tweets and he starts tweeting, I get a Yo from TweetStorm. I click on it, and boom, it opens up Mark Andreessen's Twitter feed, and I am now in real time being notified of something that I'm happy that I'm not missing. Another example. Here's another awesome example for those geeks, those non-geeks among us, right? So forget Mark Andreessen, forget TechCrunch. If it's gonna rain, all right, listen to this. If it's gonna rain within the hour in my current location, so Yo actually extracts the location in which I am in right now and checks the weather, whatever database, and Yo's me if it's gonna rain within the hour. Come on, seriously now, you cannot tell me that that's not awesome, right? And I'm not saying that these things are not, you can check your weather app, you can do it in other ways, of course, but the utility of getting real-time push notifications, and there's a whole debate about push notifications and how they're becoming the new form of communication. I think that, in Android, the pull down with your notifications is probably the most prime real estate on your phone, and iOS is copying that model. So I think push notifications are super important. And Yo is doing it so well. You go into the Yo store, there's hundreds and hundreds of things you can subscribe to. So I subscribe to Product Hunt, right? When something gets over 200 upvotes on Product Hunt, that means, and by the way, that's where Meerkat launched, right? That means that this is a product that I need to pay attention to, okay? When something gets Product Hunted upvoted product on Product Hunt 200 times, I get a Yo. One click and I know of this product. Something gets tweeted over 200 times and 200 is just a random number. I don't know why that's kind of the default. So that's another thing. I have a Yo to just funny stuff on the internet. I have a Yo set up for BuzzFeed stories, breaking news. Listen to this. There was a Yo for not to put a downer on this conversation because this is kind of a fun conversation, but there was actually a Yo, a good friend of mine actually, Ari Sprung, who then was recruited by Yo as a third-party developer, built a system in which when there's a rocket being fired at Israel right now. Again, not to put a downer. When there's a rocket being fired at Israel right now, I get a Yo. I mean, okay, forget. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go there. But the point is, this is push notifications are really the new. As I've talked about many times, I don't want long emails. I don't want long Facebook messages. Just send me a Yo. Okay, now I'm not saying that's a way to communicate with people, but I'm saying if you can save me time and push me relevant, real-time information without annoying me with just a one Yo. That is a game changer for me, at least. And I'm telling you, I spend so much time in Yo all day because I'm getting all my information from Yo. Now, when I say from Yo, it's not Yo itself. It's not its data. The data it takes from other places, but it signed deals with the NBA. It signed deals with the NFL. So when there's, real-time scores, a game ends, and or whatever it is, there's announcements, there's something that happens, Yo, if you're a sports fan. You can get, literally, there's entertainment, there's tech, there's so many different categories. You can just go in there and subscribe. There's so many different options. Anything you can imagine, you can subscribe to in Yo. That is you. I don't really know anyone that would not find this useful. Now here's the thing. It's as we talked about in the past, branding is a real problem. They have I think a lot of people still think of Yo as this stupid messaging app, and you can't re-educate the market. The market thinks what it thinks, and it's kind of their fault because the whole freaking world wrote about them when it was this messaging app. But they really, really did. I'm going to use the P word, pivot. They really, really did. And they still enable you to message your friend with one tap, but they're absolutely pivoted over to a real-time push notification solution. And it's amazing what they've accomplished in such a short time because you go in there and they've deals with everyone. I'm telling you, they've deals with celebrities, with these sports leagues, with everything. It's unbelievable. And then yesterday, as I am scheduling this Meerkat, I get a message from the founder of Yo, who saw the Meerkat, by the way, and Actually, it was really cool, totally unrelated, or not really totally, but on my post on Facebook when I talked about this Meerkat, Josh Ellman, who's on the board of Meerkat from Greylock, commented, he's like, I love this. And I was like, holy crap, I love that Josh Ellman just commented on my Facebook. He's kind of an awesome dude. But anyway, so as I announced this Meerkat, Moshe Hogeg, the founder of Yo and Mobley and Singularity Team, replied telling me that there's a new update. And I went into my app store and I updated it, and holy crap, it got even better. Now, with one tap, you could send your location, you could send a picture to someone, you could send a link to someone. Again, no small talk. Nobody has time for small talk today, right? There's no, hi, how are you? Forget that. One tap, picture, location, link, and then there's the whole Yo store. I think, like, I don't know how they're going to get rid of the whole negative brand. You know, I think like Snapchat, for example, right? Snapchat's obviously a beast of a company, and they're tremendously successful. I think the rumors were that Facebook offered them, I think, $4 billion or $3 billion, whatever it is, and they actually said no. So they're a beast of a company, but what do you think when you think Snapchat? I don't know about you guys. I don't know how old you guys are, but, you know, forget the kids that are using Snapchat. Most people, when they think Snapchat, what do they think? They think certain kind of pictures, right? Because it's disappearing ephemeral messaging, and they think certain kind of things. And that's the reason they think that is because that's what it was used for in the early days. And there's really no way to get rid of that kind of like label, that stigma that people think of Snapchat. And I think that Yo is going to have a really big problem rebranding itself as a serious solution. Having said that, if you can get over that on a personal level and download Yo, you'll see that like it really does provide tremendous value to you. Whatever it is you're interested in, honestly, it doesn't matter because there's so many different categories. But you can subscribe to whoever you want, and just get real-time push and be notified about things that are happening around the world. I love the rain hour. Subscribe to rain hour. Within the hour, if it's going to rain where you are, but you get a Yo. It's awesome. Not that happens very often in Israel. We're kind of in the desert here, but you know. It's on my to-do list to explore the Yo store and figure out what else is in there that I missed, because I'm subscribed to maybe 10 things. Like BuzzFeed and TechCrunch and Product Hunt and Mark Andreessen and Rain Hour and a few others, but not a lot. And I would love to get, as far as I'm concerned, send me 50 Yos an hour, because those are the things that I'm gonna go looking for at the end of the day when I I'm back from work and I need to unwind and I'm opening Flipboard and trying to catch up. If you can catch me up, without the need for wasting my time, right? I'm in general, by the way, I'm subscribed to the Next Web breaking news and other breaking news. If you could just send me breaking news, things that I need to know about and that I cannot miss, that's for me at least. I don't know about you guys, but no one has too much time on their hands, and if you could send that to me in an abridged version so that just get to the point without wasting time, that's huge. And that's what Yo does for me. So I definitely want to explore the Yo store and figure out what else I can subscribe to. Another app, by the way, that helps me catch up, that I talked about on my top 10 Meerkats, is Nuzzle. N-U-Z-Z-E-L. That's N like Nancy, U-Z-Z like zebra, E-L. And that's really cool because, as you guys know or don't know, I sign off for 25 hours for Sabbath on Friday. And so I come back Saturday night and I have 3,000 emails. And obviously every piece of news. And so I always ask on Twitter, what did I miss? And that's cute, and people write witty comments and whatever. That's awesome. But obviously there's got to be a better way for me to catch up. So Nuzzle enables you to configure how long you were gone for. So you could configure, catch me up on 2 hours, catch me up on 12 hours, catch me up on 24 hours, and it just catches you up. And it uses your social feed. So it says 12 of your friends shared this article, so the assumption is that this article is most relevant to you, which is an interesting assumption. I'm not saying it's 100% foolproof, but it's probably the best option we have today, using your social graph to find your relevant content. Nuzzle, it's a great app. But anyway, back to Yo. I think, listen, the bottom line is this is a company that's obviously creative, super talented. Moshe Hogeg, I don't know Aura Bell. I've heard amazing things about him. But Moshe Hogeg is one of the most unique people I know. I mean, the guy, I met him years and years and years ago, and he didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his mouth or whatever the expression is. And he really has made quite a name for himself. It's quite impressive. Between Mobley and Yo and Singularity Team, where he raised $102 million just now, and he's investing in unbelievable companies. It's impressive, and so clearly they're a very talented team. They are, I know that they're an Israeli company, but they are relocating, or not, I don't know if you want to call it relocating, but they're expanding in the U.S. and the Valley. They're doing all kinds of cool hackathons and all kinds of cool stuff to integrate with the Yo store. I think it's really, really cool. And you know what else I think is really cool about it? That it's unique, right? You gotta, how often have you heard, the market is oversaturated, there's nothing more you can do, which, by the way, is ridiculous, just in and of itself a ridiculous statement, right? Battery technology is tremendously primitive. There's so much to do there, and there's so many different things you can do, with mobile and with tech in general, but the truth is, in consumer apps, it is very, very saturated. There's not much you can do that's unique, that's truly unique, which is okay, by the way. There's nothing wrong with being, not 100% unique, but I think there are copycats, obviously, and on Silicon Valley, the show, they were doing Bro. It's like it became a joke. There are now copycats, but I think when they came out, and just now what they're doing in general, people compare it to If This Then That, and I love If This Then That, but it is absolutely not comparable. You go into the Yo store, it's literally one tap and you're subscribed. If This Then That is like for geeks. You're making recipes to like connect two services. So every time I take a picture on my iPhone, upload it to Dropbox, and it's a recipe. You have to like. I love If This Then That, but it is absolutely not comparable to Yo. I guess they're in the same space, but I feel like they're more opportunity to collaborate than competitors. But anyway, I'm just saying, I think it's hats off to Yo for just coming up with a unique concept. I do think that contextual messaging is absolutely not, I'm not going to say stupid, but I'm going to say it's not something that could ever catch on. But the Yo store concept of me subscribing to real-time push notifications is something that interests me. That, I think, is tremendously valuable. I am in traffic right now, so I am going to try to read some comments. Do you agree with Israel's... Oh, God, really? Oh, God. Can you do me a favor and not talk about horrible things? It's 7:20 in the morning, and Israel is not slaughtering anyone, and Israel is the most peaceful and beautiful country I've ever lived in my life, and I'm from New York, and I've been in a lot of places, so can we not go there? Thanks. I use Yo so I can borrow Eli's Instagram photos as soon as Bar puts them up. All right, man, I don't know, that's, I'm not going there. I mean, whatever, that's cool, though. You can get a Yo when someone posts on Instagram. Cool. Great use case examples, thank you. When are you coming to New York? Alex, man, I'm telling you, dude, I would come to New York tomorrow. I just need to figure out how to get out there, because I need to, find an excuse, basically. Come speak at a conference or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If you have any reason to fly me out, dude, fly me out. Love to meet you. How are you? I'm great. Hi, Alex. Sound and video back on Android and doing great. Excellent. Thanks, Mordechai. You and Yo is a good example of turning a critic into a great ally. I completely agree. And you know what else? I'll tell you something else. It's not easy to admit that you're wrong. I mean, I'm not, well, I guess I was wrong, or they did kind of pivot, but, people have to open their minds a little bit. And another example of that, and I'm really not going to go there, is Google+, right? Everyone's like, oh, it's dead, it's a ghost town. People have to open their minds a little bit. Put some time into something. Really try it in an objective way, and you might change your mind. So, I mean, I definitely, again, I uninstalled Yo. It was literally deleted off my phone. And then Moshe Chogeg said to me, just try it. And I tried it. I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. David Schlussel here. Good morning. Drive safely. Hey, David. Thanks for coming in. This is your first time live? Ian, Mordechai Zuber. Thank you. Hearing you now, but didn't hear much of the last 5 minutes. Sorry to hear that, Julie. I can see and hear. Beautiful. You are good. Thank you, Chesky. Got you now. Excellent. Always happens early on his drive. That's true. It does. It's the Beit Shemesh road is not great. Let's see if all right, good. I think I got all the comments. Anyway, guys, so bottom line is, I'm just saying in general, don't make up your mind about things. Maybe the first launch of a product, don't necessarily, we all have ADD. We all have ADHD, right? We all we try apps. We don't like them in 3 seconds, they're deleted forever, and they're on your blacklist. It's probably not the best way to behave in our consumer digital mobile space, especially being that we don't pay for these apps, right? And that's, again, something I'm going to talk about. I know I keep saying that, but I really do want to, that we set the bar so high, and if an app is not stunningly beautiful and it's not the most amazing, groundbreaking, revolutionary, whatever it is, buzzword you want to use, then I won't use it. And we're talking about an app that I didn't pay for. Maybe be a little bit more understanding that developers are working their butts off. You're not paying for it anyway, and chances are they will never monetize on this. So maybe you can cut them a little slack. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, listen. The bottom line is there's a lot of components that go into the success of a company. I just said Slack, so it popped into my head. Stuart Butterfield founded Flickr. They got evaluation, right? So I think pivoting is a very interesting concept. I hate the word that the word's become somewhat of a buzzword. Pivot, but it is a very, very important part of building a startup, in my opinion. The ability to be flexible enough to say, listen, what we're doing is either not working because it's not a good product, the market is, and the ability to build a new product. And we're doing that now at Zula, and it's a tough lesson. I'm telling you, it's a tough lesson. When we launched Zula, Slack was not in existence, and Slack came in ate the market up. And again, I think Stuart Butterfield's amazing, Slack is amazing, and Jason Hurwitz, their investors, are amazing. So, you know, we said, all right, they're going after, with their integrations, they're going after, like, dude, Jason, yo, is that Needles, are you in here? I think I saw your icon. If you're in here, anybody from Meerkat's in here, what is going on? Why does it keep disconnecting like that every single day? I took your stream has disconnected. I was on full bars on 4G, and your stream it just disconnected, like midstream. This happens every single day for the past, like, couple of days. I showed it to Ben. I'm gonna speak to him again, but I don't know if Uri, if you're in here, dude, this is crazy. I'll send you the screenshot. It's just like disconnected midstream. I have no idea why. Really annoying. And now, like, now I mean, I'm not gonna start again, but those that were watching or whatever, like, just lost me. And I don't know if it's new people in here or people that already heard it, and I definitely can't start again. But I was just gonna sum up what I was saying before. This is a stream that I'm starting again after my first stream disconnected. I was streaming for the past, like, half an hour, and it just disconnected all of a sudden. It was super annoying. Anyway, so I'll just tell you what I was saying really quickly, and that is that Yo, if you're familiar, it was the messaging app that came out that everyone thought was the dumbest thing on the planet, because it really was the dumbest thing on the planet. All it did was send people a Yo, and I was the most anti-Yo, but then they mini pivoted, and now they have a Yo store where you can subscribe to get real-time push notifications of things that interest you. So I subscribe to get a push notification every time Mark Andreessen goes on a tweet storm. I subscribe to get a Yo every time something goes viral on Product Hunt, or something goes viral on TechCrunch, or when there's breaking news. Oh, new acquisition. When somebody gets acquired, I know about it instantly because I get a Yo. Or other things that you can just subscribe to in the Yo store. There are hundreds and hundreds of things you can subscribe to in the Yo store that interest you. And that's a really, really interesting value proposition, I think, that people don't have time for long emails. On the other hand, people want to stay up to date, you know, in real time. And yes, you can open Twitter, but here you get something pushed to you. There are other ways to get things pushed to you. Now see kind of what this news is that you subscribe to. I think is huge. And they literally released an update yesterday where now I can Yo someone a picture, my location, a link, and get real-time push notifications of things that interest me. And I think that's really interesting. Lost connection again. I don't know what is going on. I'm gonna have to beat up. I'm not gonna beat anyone up, but I'm gonna have to give Ben a hard time this morning or Uri, I guess is the right address. I'm gonna speak to Uri about this. I don't know why. I really don't know why this is happening. I'm on perfect, but it just keeps saying it's going in and out. I don't know why, and it disconnects in the middle of the stream. That's crazy. Just disconnected, like all of a sudden. So I don't know if you guys see me or hear me. I'd love to know. 2 people on Android are telling me they do not hear me or see me, which is super annoying. Let me know if you guys hear me or see me, please. Let me see who's in here. I'm in traffic now. Anybody who's wondering. Stuart, how you doing? Ashley, welcome. Julie, do you hear me yet? I would love to know if it's working now. Lisa, how you doing? Mordechai, welcome. Thanks for coming in, dude. Thanks for coming back. I know you were in the first one, and I apologize. I don't know what is up with that. I see and hear you. Thank you. All right. I really hope it stays. I don't know. I am in traffic. Shari, let me know if you can hear and see me. But anyway, listen, I'm not going to go over everything I said because I was streaming for like a half an hour before. But the bottom line is that people are very, very quick to judge and very quick to reach conclusions about an app, despite the fact that no one's paying for apps. And so, thanks, Alex. Thank you very much. I think that being that we don't pay for apps, and that's another topic in and of itself, which I will address. I think that that's got to change also. We should be more willing. If we're willing to pay for breakfast in a cafe, we should be willing to pay for an app that provides us value every day. Keeps on going in and out. It sucks. But again, the whole free thing was a topic in and of itself. But if we're not paying for apps, then maybe cut developers a little slack and say, like, you know, they're working their butts off and they want to ship product, and maybe it's not great yet, but it will be great. And you know, lost UP, we're back now. Thank you, Mordecai. Oh God, it's super annoying. And so I'm saying with Yo, it launched and people were very like, oh, it's the stupidest, and it was the stupidest thing, but they did build something that's tremendously valuable right now, and that is to subscribe to real-time notifications for things that interest you. And so I use it easily 20 times a day. I get all my notifications from there. You know, TechCrunch, an article goes viral, I get a Yo, I click on it, it opens the article. Somebody gets acquired, you get Yo, new acquisition. Click on it, boom. Mark Andreessen starts tweeting a tweet storm, get a Yo. Excuse me. One of the things that I think is really cool, if you're not a geek, which I'm sure most of you are, is the ability to subscribe to something called Rain Hour, which is if it's going to rain within the hour in the place that you're in right now, you get a yo. Free apps, hence the Meerkat issues now. Nah, I don't know about that. Meerkat raised $14 million. They should be able to scale up. They're okay. I don't think it's because they were free. But they did, I think they just did run an experiment, Meerkat, with ads. I took a screenshot of it, like a boom, interstitial, full screen ad I got the other day. I sent it to Uri. I was like, holy crap, that's aggressive. I really hope they don't do that. I'm not a fan. But anyway, so again, Yo was pretty stupid in the beginning, but they did something unbelievably valuable, and I definitely recommend downloading it. Maybe I'll do some Meerkats on other apps that I really enjoy. I don't know if you guys like this format. Generally, I go on these rants and talk about, specific marketing topics. Today, I did an apps. Maybe I'll do apps. It's an interesting thing. But anyway, today's going to be a really interesting day. I'm going to Tel Aviv right now, and then I'm going back to Jerusalem to meet our crowd, to talk to them about what we're building at Zula, because we're building, speaking of pivoting and speaking of building products, we're building something that I think is truly interesting. And then after that, I'm going to lecture at Hebrew University about this exact topic: startups, entrepreneurship, steps in building a startup, things like that. So that should be really interesting. And then tonight I have a wedding. Who doesn't love weddings? Anyway, let's see who else is in here. I'm bumper to bumper traffic. Whoever's wondering how I'm reading while I'm driving, I'm not driving. I'm standing still. Donna, how you doing, Donna? Welcome. David Garcia. Hey, David, what's cooking? Who else is in here? Kat, how you doing, Kat? Mark Brady, hello. Too many eggs, guys. Add a profile picture. There's no reason not to have a profile picture. It doesn't cost money. Ari Gershon, welcome, dude. Mr. Diamonds himself. Okay, let's see who else. Yeah, this traffic's building up in front of me. It's super annoying. Anyway, that was really frustrating because I was in the middle of a whole half an hour Meerkat and then just disconnected. What are the guys who made ICQ in late 90s doing now? That's a really good question. He made a nice exit. Yossi Vardi is the godfather of Israeli tech. He was like the investor or whatever. He was involved. I don't know what the team is doing right now, but that was like the big first the first big Israeli exit. Anyway, there was an article yesterday on Inc. magazine about more and more Israeli unicorns. There are really some interesting companies you'll be hearing about a lot lately in the near future. Webido is one of them. Yesterday I was at this Mobley event. They launched in.com, a real-time visual search engine. So when I search, NBA Finals in Google, I'll find tons of content, but I won't find pictures from the game. I won't find real time, right? I want to see who's at the game, what Instagram pictures are they posting, what are they tweeting about, what are the Facebook posts, everything that's happening right now, visual, about, the NBA Finals game. So that's what in.com does. It's a visual real-time search engine, and it's kind of like the next step in search. So Mobley launched that last night, and I think it's pretty cool. There are 3 Yo apps in the Google Play Store. Which one? That's a good question. Look, you have to figure out which one's the real one, because when something succeeds, copycats are the natural next step. So just figure out it's by Yo. Make sure it's by, I don't know how to tell you. It's a purple logo, it should be. I'm not sure how to tell you which one's the real one. But I love Yo, just rediscovered it myself. Perfectly designed for the Apple Watch use case. Yeah, I'm using a Pebble. I don't think they have support for Pebble, but yeah, when I get my Apple Watch, I'll definitely be installing Yo. It's perfect, right? You get a Yo. I get a Yo, and I now see, breaking. Fiverr, Taboola, Outbrain, all almost unicorns. I think Taboola is already over the, there's many more than that, obviously, right? Well, obviously there was the Waze, there's Mobileye, Wix, Taboola, Outbrain, Fiverr, who else is Israeli unicorns I'm thinking of right now? There's so many, and we're a tiny little country that's pretty awesome. Anyway, so that's all, guys. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Yo and the value it provides me. I hope you guys agree, and if you try it, you might like it. Let me know. I'll pass on your feedback to the team. I'm not affiliated, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering. I know there's always those that wonder. I am absolutely not affiliated in any company that I would ever plug that I'm affiliated with. I definitely disclose that. So I talk about Zula a lot. I'm the CMO with Zula, but I'm not affiliated with Yo in any way. I like the team. I like Moshe Chogay, but I'm not affiliated with Yo at all. What else? I got to connect with Danny, who is the head of marketing. Their team is super accessible. Danny is the head of marketing at Yo. Danny what? I don't think I know him. Anyway, I am going to talk to the team at Meerkat this morning and complain about the whole disconnect. I don't know why it does that. I was literally full bars 4G and it just said your stream has ended. What? Why'd my stream end? Hey, Avishai, welcome. another amazing Israeli entrepreneur, Avishai Ovadia. We connected on Twitter, and he's doing something really interesting. What other apps do I like? So I did a Meerkat last week about my top apps. So I use Tweetbot for Twitter. I love Nuzzle. I love Yo. I love Waze. I love InstaSize. It's really cool because you take pictures in widescreen and it doesn't fit on Instagram, so it actually helps you fit it in. It's kind of like it's a cool app. Another app that I love, that I paid for, by the way, is Touch Retouch. Really, really cool app to like touch up pictures. Like if there's an electric pole in the background, you can get rid of it like magic. It's really, really cool. Another amazing company, also an Israeli company, amazing iOS app is called Facetune. It's like #1 on the US App Store, paid US App Store. They didn't raise any funding or anything, really unbelievable. If you're into fitness, Clear Sky apps have some amazing apps, also Israeli. If you're on Android, go check out Contacts Plus, Israeli company, fantastic apps. Yo from Life Before Us is the real one. Yo from Life Before Us. Sorry, missed what Yo is all about. Yo was a messaging app that enabled you to just send someone contextual messaging. So if I'm picking you up on a date, instead of texting you saying I'm outside, just I send you a Yo and you know what it means. It means something to you, which might be different than what it means to someone else. Contextual messaging, like between me and you, our context is different. So if I need my assistant or secretary to get me coffee, I'll just send her a Yo and she'll know what it means. That's what they launched originally. That was kind of silly. Now what they launched is the Yo store, where I can get real-time push notifications of things that interest me. So if something's going viral on Product Hunt or TechCrunch, or some company gets acquired, I get a push notification that says, Yo, new acquisition. I click on it and I get real-time, who was acquired, what happened, what's the story. And I can subscribe in the Yo store to like hundreds and hundreds of different things in different categories. Entertainment and tech and sports and whatever I want. Sports scores. Thank you, Shari. Flipboard, yes, Flipboard. Big fan of Flipboard. I love them. I'm beta testing their next version of Flipboard right now, and they're actually going to feature my magazine. I just got an email from them this morning that Flipboard's going to feature my magazine in their next release. I love Flipboard. Flipboard provides me endless value in my life. Honestly, I spend so much time. Do I speak Hebrew? Yes, I do. Ivrit sheli kmo Anglit sheli. There you go. Boom. But I don't write or tweet in Hebrew just because I don't. But I speak Hebrew just the same as I've been in Israel for 20 years, so my Hebrew is the same as my English pretty much. Anyway, guys, listen, this was a lot of fun, and I don't really know how to handle the fact that this was two split up Meerkats, because I started one and it stopped, and I started another one. I'm gonna get two catch files now. I guess I'll combine them, or Shari, who hooks me up all the time and downloads my catches and puts them on my Pinterest, can maybe combine the two and make one file. That would be cool. But it was very annoying to have my stream end in the middle, and there were like 290 something, I think, people there, and just boom, it just stopped. Super annoying. Morning Shy. What's with your? I'm just curious. What's with your dolphin? What is that? A dolphin or penguin? What's the penguin avatar that you have on your Twitter? I always wondered about that. I just think generally, I think on social you really should have a real picture. Like, who are you? I want to see your face. I don't want to communicate with a penguin or with a logo of a company. I want to communicate with a person. So maybe I think in general people should have a real picture on their Twitter or whatever. Just my opinion. Anyway, this guy. So I tell you every time. Hold on one second. It's Meerkat's loading. When you click on an icon and it pops up the thing, it takes way too long to show you who the person is. So Traveler, you look like Steve Wozniak. Did anyone ever tell you that? Will Apple News app replace Flipboard? Yeah, Shai, I talked about the Apple News app the day after the WWDC, and I talked specifically about that. So go watch that Meerkat, but I don't even agree with like the premise of that question. Will it replace it? What, there's only room for one newsreader on the market? Like, Flipboard has tens of millions, if not more, users. That's it. They're going to stop because Apple released something? I don't think so. So I don't think anybody's going anywhere. I'm sure Flipboard, are very aware of what Apple's building, but I don't think they're going to go anywhere. So no, I don't think they're going to kill them or anything like that. Wow, 20 years? So you made Aliyah from when I was 7? No, I'm not 27. I'm 36. So I came here when I was 15. I've been here 21 years. So no, I don't think Apple News is going to kill Flipboard. I love Flipboard. I'm not going to stop using it no matter how good Apple News is. And by the way, look at Facebook Paper. When Facebook Paper came out, everyone was like, wow, it's such a beautiful app. Yeah, okay. Flipboard's doing quite well, so I don't think Apple News is going to kill Flipboard at all. And I don't think Mike or Marcy or any of the team are in the least bit worried. I think they're just executing and building and shipping. And I love that company, and I love the t-shirts too. Anyway, so today's going to be a really interesting day. and I'm looking forward to it. And stay tuned. I forgot to say yesterday on Meerkat, by the way, we are building something cool at Zula, and I'm absolutely looking for iOS beta testers. So if you want to try something cool in the next couple of weeks, just tweet me or email me if you want. Even better, email is the same as my Twitter at Gmail. So just email me and say, you want a beta test, and as soon as the beta is ready, I'll just send you a copy to test, and I would love your thoughts on that. It is not Android for launch. It's going to be iOS, and you can use it on the web as well, but Android will come later. We had to kind of resources you got to do as when you're building startups. You got to choose, and it's not easy sometimes, but what are you going to do? So we went iOS first, and we did discuss it. It was an internal discussion. Anyway, that's all, guys. I am gonna head out now, so thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. 200. I love Meerkat, man. I love Meerkat. We just got to figure out these bugs of stream ending. I don't know what's up with that. All right, guys. Peace. Thank you so much for coming in, and let me know if there are any topics you want me to talk about. I would love to get some ideas. Maybe I'll do Meerkats on apps. That's a cool idea, but beta testing. Let me know if you want to beta test something. You can tweet me or email me or whatever it is. I guess emailing is better just so that I can have it archived in an easy way. I do favorite tweets, but email is easier to archive, so I'll do that. All right, so let me know. And again, any ideas for Meerkats, do let me know. And check out the Pinterest board of all my previous Meerkats. So look for my name on Pinterest, and you'll see there's actually a board of all my Meerkats that Sherry put together, which is awesome. Peace, guys. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you may be in the world, and I'm looking forward to talking soon. Thanks.